evening and welcome to another episode of The Vibe. I'm your host, Sylvian Kaplan.
And I'm my boy Abud Mohammed from Mombasa. And God rest his soul in peace, the late Michuki. But his rules has haunted Kenyans again for the maybe third or fourth time. But from what's trending with Matiang'i, and he's trying to reinforce the rules, and Kenya is now being branded a walking nation. People are literally walking from home to work, from home to school, from home to whatever errands they are trying to do during their normal days. And it's quite sad because what the Kenyan government is trying to do is enforcing the laws, yes, but then on the other hand, what they're not trying to do is having an alternative for the people. They're just trying to enforce the laws, but the problem is that there's no alternative here.
I also think that the matatu issue brought a lot of problems, specifically yesterday, because most of the destinations were hard to reach. For example, coming from Ruiru to town was 200 shillings, which is usually 50 or 30. And going to Rongai was 400 shillings, which is usually 100. And Umoja, if I'm not wrong, was 350 shillings from Umoja to town. So I think this issue was very, very discouraging, because for many people, waking up in the morning and not finding your way to town, it's very discouraging. And as we all know, we all have to work. You cannot eat if you've not worked, and not going to work made a lot of people lose money, especially business people, hawkers, people who sell in the streets. Yesterday they lost a lot of money because, as far as I'm concerned, the number of people in town was less than the usually normal days because of the matatu issue. Yes. Our second topic is about Verasidika, and we've seen her new song, Nalia, and we've also seen her past relationship with Otilebrown. So Otilebrown is a musician in Kenya, and he's a very good musician, especially when it comes to Swahili songs. He's really good, and him teaming up with Verasidika increased his popularity, especially in the country, because as we all know, Vera was a socialite and is still. Now she's a socialite stroke businesswoman, and we all know that she's taken him to a different level. And to this point, them breaking up even made the situation get more juicier, because Otile and Vera having a relationship was very exciting, and it was something that everyone could talk about. It was very common. There's no one who didn't know about Vera and Otile. That was something very common. So for them breaking up, it became a very big news in Kenya. Like, everyone was talking about it. Everyone was talking about how they had issues with mostly financial issues, because Otile was borrowing money from Vera. As from what we've seen, the screenshots that she was taking and posting on Instagram.
Excuse me, but sorry for the interruption, but mi niko na shida na hao watu wawili. I don't know if it's just you or maybe you have the same view, but right now the stage hao watu wawili wako, they are adults. For me personally, I think what they are trying to do is just PR, because they are wasting time. And funny enough, I'm not trying to be hard on Kenyans, but Kenyans love these things. Mwanzo unasikia Vera is in love with him. They go on exotic holidays out of the country. They do this, they do that. They do a song together. I think it was done at the coast. I forgot the name of the song, but then
Baby Love.
Yeah, Baby Love. So okay, it was a very nice song, nice creativity. Otile used Vera in his video creatively, and it was one of the biggest hits in the country at that time. But then right now, what they are trying to do is all nagging me, because your time they are wasting Kenyans. I mean, their time, then they are also wasting our time. And unasikia okay, I'm not trying to judge anything, but then whatever happened after the breakup, what they did, what Vera did, and like their dirty laundry all over the place, it's just PR and PR and PR fully. There's nothing else here, because whatever the case, however the breakup is, I'm seeing even I'm seeing things on Instagram, and people are even appreciative of their. But I mean, people just normal Kenyans appreciates her ex, because I can't really remember what that chick said, but then she was like, I really thank my exes, because whatever, I mean, however our breakup bitter, I mean, how bitter they were, there's still some level of maturity there. They left each other in some harmony, kila mtu anakaa maisha yake. So huyu anaenda kupost the screenshots of their chats, wanaomba nini. Okay, the only new thing I learned is that otilebrown is obunga, and that's it, and nothing else. So it was just a level of stupidity, but being done by adults and nothing else. And now she just okay, Nalia, yes, she's not crying. There's no, even when you listen to that song, there's no that emotion within her. It was again, the point is just the PR and nothing else. You know, at least we may feel whatever the breakup was, but then when you release such a song, it's Nalia, you're talking about emotions. In that song, when you look at the lyrics properly, again, she's just trying to air the dirty laundry again, and anasikia anakuwa na kuomba pesa na nini. So it's just stupidity but being done by adults, nothing else. Sorry, but then that's how I felt.
Yeah, so if you guys have any other opinions on this issue, you can text us on you can find us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter at The Vibe. So we've got some reactions from our Twitter handle, and Abud, can you tell us what we have?
Yes, a lot of many Kenyans rather are sending their reactions via Twitter, Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter we have Marut. This is just an alert. The tweet is: PSV Matatu strike is on tomorrow. Wake up earlier than usual. Make good use of the trains. Don't say you weren't aware. And Kenyans are reacting to that tweet. And Lady Sue is saying thanks for the heads up. I know it won't last. Maybe one day, because they have bills to pay. And Rusty Case also tweeted, the strike won't last. They forget that they need us more than we need them. Mwesh is also tweeting and saying, wake up earlier than usual, make good use of the trains, don't say you aren't aware. Just retweet of the Marut. And Mwai also sent us his tweet, and it's just a question: what's the motive? Good question there, Mwai. And from these reactions, Kenyans really know that these rules won't last, and from what they're saying is that they're just used to what Kenyans have been doing. Rules are being enforced, and after some few weeks, and that's it. So unfortunately, this is what we're getting from Kenyans, and let's hope it all ends up in a good note.
So stay tuned, and we are going for a short commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to have an artist performing for us, so stay tuned.
If she had just taken the footbridge, it would have taken her what, like 2 minutes, and this would not have happened.
You know, there are so many marked zebra crossing on major roads across the country, so you don't need to guess when to cross the road.
Kuna barabara za wapita njia na barabara za magari. Hakuna haja mimi kutembea barabarani.
Stop! Sisi tunaomba, please.
Use the zebra crossings and footbridges to cross the road. It's not worth losing your life.
Pay close attention to the traffic lights and be careful on oncoming cars.
Don't use your mobile phone while crossing the road.
Hakikisha unashuka kwa stage ya matatu.
Kama unahitaji usaidizi kuvuka barabara, uliza tu.
A message from the National Transport and Safety Authority. Keep our roads safe.
So welcome back to our show, and with us in studio we have an artist. Can you please tell us your name and yeah?
I go by the name of Jomonotics, that's in Swahili. Jomonotics, that's in Luo, and it's jomonotics, that's in English. Because you don't have to say my name Jomonotics, it's as if you're spelling it. So you have to speak like you're talking. So it has to be Jomonotics or jomonotics. Yeah, that's
so, Jomo,
yeah.
you have a new single. So can you give us a hint of your song just to begin the show?
My new single is called Come Visit Me. Sagini is on the hook. Sagini is the guy who did Matzarongai with Calligraph and Tunji. So yeah, it's called Come Visit Me, and maybe just to do a verse, we go this way. I've been in the hood the whole day, so baby I'm feeling kinda bored. Usijipoteze sana ni kumistake for wale mabichongu wamebored. You're the reason I'm a real G. So come and make you happy, and the reason I don't do bitches from you I get a lot of fun. I'm just alone. Huku kejani so nataka company ya kule ndani, whether alone ama na mabeshte girl, you'll still be my honey. You've got to come home, hey, you've got to come visit me, and yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
So tell us, what inspired you to start singing? And is it singing or rapping?
Yeah, it's either. It's
Either
just
way,
music.
yeah. So can you tell us what inspired
But
you?
personally, I think I'm inspired by life. And then again, I had a different artist, Dr. Pizzo, that is saying he was inspired by the place he came from. I think that one and just life, that's what inspires me. So if I feel like there's something I need to tell you, and probably maybe I can't reach you, I can even reach you, me, I prefer talking to you through art. So basically, that's why that's how I'll explain what I feel to you. So that's my great inspiration.
So can you tell us, when did you start singing? Tell us your journey.
I have a bit of a big difference or milestones. I started doing or having interest in music in 203. By then I was in pre-unit, and then that time Isa was still alive. So there's this song called Boom Boom Ba. I used to know the song to sing. I could sing it to my classmates, but then I didn't even know that there was Isa, Nameless or someone. I just knew the song. So I used to like have interest, and I was doing probably music by other artists. But then as time passed on, that's when I realized I can do this thing. So by the time I was in class 7, I decided to do just a rap for the music festivals in primary school. Then it performed well. Then when I joined Form 1, I found another guy who had probably the same interest as me. So from then I started recording. That was in 2012. So since then I've just been doing singles and albums. Yeah.
So how do you feel? What do you feel about the Kenyan music industry? Do you think it encourages artists to continue producing songs? Do you think the Kenyan citizens, now us, do we support our own artists?
Yeah, I think we probably support, yes, and we don't support. Then again, the artist or the industry itself encourages us, and then again it discourages us in this aspect. For instance, the already established artists, they don't support each other. So this is a discouragement for the ones who are there already. But for the ones who are upcoming, it's an encouragement, because you feel like we need to do something. We need to do something to change the whole game. But then again, the industry has made probably a positive move, yeah, generally.
So how do you manage your student life and your talent?
Because it's very easy to manage, because I'm simply a normal human being. And then again, as a normal human being, you just place your priorities right. You probably have to fix time for this, that, and this. Because even these students who don't do music, probably they go to do other things, maybe skating, playing FIFA, but they have to balance. So it's the same thing. So I'll just have to maybe have a timetable for me doing music from this time to that time. The other time I'm in class, because I don't have classes back to back like 24 hours. There's a time I have to do different things. So that's how I balance.
So to wind up the show, can you perform your latest single?
Yeah, sure. So I've been in the hood the whole day, so baby I'm feeling kinda bored. Usijipoteze sana ni kumistake for wale mabichongu wamebored. You the reason I'm a real G. So come and make you happy hand. The reason I don't do bitches from you get a lot of fun. I'm just alone. Huku kejani so nataka company ya kule ndani. Whether alone ama na mabeshte girl, you'll still be my honey. You've got to come home, you've got to come visit me, han. You've got to show up now. I've got some lessons for you to learn, and frankly, han, I'm really very thirsty for you. And trust me now, cause I'll never mean to hurt you when the room is so composed. Only for me and you, so no one will interrupt the session when I'll be stuck in you, gang.